Hi Collective, welcome to the channel. I'm Crystal, a divine messenger, delivering messages to you from the high realms. Welcome in everyone. So we're going to take a look in the Shaman dreams and see what messages are coming out. It's been very heavy tonight with processing these energies. I can really see that things are really like trying to really take things off course. They're not going to. It's just taking a little bit more time to transmute. So some of you are experiencing that heaviness. Just transform it, okay? Winter's Dream Gestation Period 63 is the first card that came out. Wow, this looks like a portal. There's definitely something going on. And yeah, this vanishing mirror, ego's elimination. I've been seeing this is very much what needs to happen, right? For a lot of people, if they don't realize they need to shatter this ego that they have, right? Like, I know it's your identification of self, but it's like when that's the driving force, you are so not in alignment in where you should be. Like, I've been seeing like egomaniacs recently. Like, I don't know, it's the entities within them. But okay, I'm not even gonna talk about that energy. I don't want to give it energy, right? Garden of Venus is coming out, rest and renewal. So maybe for some of you, you need to spend some more time in your beautiful energy, cleansing your space, okay? Or maybe you're one that you recently went through some sort of ego death, right? Or shattering of that. Because if you know you were attracting to it, you're attracting to it for a reason. Okay, and then we have Deep Diver, diving into a task. Number 10, which is a 1, which is a reset, a new beginning. We've got 7 here, we've got 9, and 13, which is a 4. Okay. So let's see what messages are deeper here. So we're going to start with the Deep Diver, diving into a task. It's about embracing risk and new discoveries. Okay, so it's easy to play in the shallows where the waters are clear and you can see all the glitters by your feet. Anyone can venture here. There's little risk and nothing to discover. No dark secrets, nothing that you can't already perceive. The treasures have long been picked away, replaced by a gentle certainty. In the shallow rivers is safety and no surprises. Okay, so the deep diver is inviting you to take the plunge with him. You can't see the bottom, but you must swim into the dark depths to find the mystery that eludes you now. He knows where the pearls lie underneath the ancient sands. You are called to look beyond the surface of the things for answers. Let your intuition propel you into the water, allowing the memories to swirl around you and your emotions to well up as you face the unknown. Your curiosity will be your greatest guide. You'll surely discover something wondrous to bring back to everyone who is waiting by the shore. Are you willing to do the work, dive in, make the commitment to see it through, and you'll be amazed. Okay, so you're really being called to step into the unknown at this time. Okay, so maybe for some of you, this is something that's getting ready to come about after a period of rest and renewal, because this is what was following the rest and renewal card. So let's see more messages behind there. Self-acceptance, all is well. When the Garden of Venus appears, you are invited and actually summoned, okay, so you're being summoned to return to pleasure and to the Garden of Love. Wow. I'm picking up a lot of butterflies lately too. So you could have recently went through some sort of transformation, like got your wings. You've transformed something. And that could be why you're feeling as though you don't fit in anymore where you were. Okay, so if you're feeling like your world is just, it is all different, and for some of you, you're getting ready to emerge, like, out of this dark night of the soul, right? And by doing that, you're you know, it gets really uncomfortable there towards the end. Yeah, gestation period too. I was thinking about like pregnancy. You know how like uncomfortable it is towards the end. There's like no room left for the baby. It feels like it's hard to breathe. There's just so much, you know, like imagine what a caterpillar must feel like, right? As it's growing those wings and it's getting all tight in there and stuff. But there's also something like that. Like you can't force it open or the butterfly won't make it. It has to be able to do it itself. And it's kind of like what strengthens the wings to make them able to fly is that final like push that it needs to break the cocoon open. So it's something like this, like you have to do this. It's like that's why sometimes you could feel as though like you're being separated, or it's like, why do you feel like you're having to go through something like on your own? It's kind of like that. It's like you have to go through a certain phase where you're really gaining your strength, and it's like it's needed for where you're going to go for you to move forward. Do you know what I mean? I hope I explained that like they were trying to show it to me, because it's like if the butterfly doesn't go through that final part, its wings won't be strong enough to be able to fly, right? So that's why for some of you, if you feel like, why are things so heavy? And it's kind of like I've been like, why are like all this stuff coming around? Like I thought I had really well boundaries. I thought that I was doing very well, but why is it coming back around? Why are things still infiltrating and getting in? And but it's also making me stronger and reaffirming those boundaries too. And in a way, I feel like it's going to show me that if I ever feel like I'm going to look back and be like, did I make the right choice? Did I'm going to be able to look at those times and be like, yes, I did. You know what I mean? Because I'm going to remember the things that came after. So it's kind of like that for some of you. Like maybe that's all that you need to experience, like with the strength part, where, and maybe it's test for you too, just to make sure that you're ready. You ain't gonna let people infiltrate and get in. And so it's like two tests in a way. It's to strengthen you, and it's to show you, you know, to confirm to you that you made the right decision. And then it's also showing that you're ready, right? So there's like these two things that are going on. That's what I mean. This is how close like things are coming here. This is really cool, actually. So even though you might feel like, why is all this going? Like, I thought I went through these tests. I thought I've proven myself. You're right? This is actually very beautiful. Okay. Let's go back to the Garden of Venus. So, you are weary and it's time to rest deeply and be renewed. Go into the sacred garden alone, as there is no need for another to be present or experience its pleasures. And for some of you, I'm getting that you needed to be isolated too, to know your strength, to love yourself too, and to make sure that you were loving yourself and healing yourself. Okay? Because if you're still going around looking for love, then you're not healed and you're not ready. So for some of you, that's what it is. You're being forced, maybe isolated from people, to put that love into yourself, right? The goddess Venus holds a mirror that allows you to see yourself in all the flawed beauty. Do not become caught in its spell. After a quick glance, take the mirror with you and return to the battlefield, that you may reveal to others who they are becoming. Then you will no longer have a use for your sword. Oh, wow. So we're getting two mirrors here. This is maybe for some of you, you're understanding too why you basically have a mirror, right? That it is your form of protection. And maybe it's to show, I don't want to say it like that. They stopped me, so they don't want me to say what I was doing. Okay. Here's my little gatekeeper. Who is staring back at you? Rinse your face with the healing waters and practice deep acceptance. Love who you have turned Lose your analytical mind and return to your body. So they want you to, who is staring back at you? Look at who you have become. Rinse your face with these healing waters and practice deep acceptance. Love who you have turned into with all of your imperfections and your blemishes. Yeah, for some of you too, it's to show you your kind of worth, how far you've came. Because there's some of you, it's like, yeah, you've accomplished these boundaries, right? And set these things, but to have people come back around. Do you know what I mean? Like if you ever like stood your ground and said no to something and you feel empowered and you walk away, but then it comes at you again. And then you're like, no, I said, you know, and you're affirming again. And then that second time you're just like, yeah, I'm good. Like, you know, I did it twice, right? And it was easier. So it's something like that too. Okay. All right, let's look at the vanishing mirror. So it's about ego sublimation, letting go of self-centeredness, becoming a vessel of possibility. Do you ever wonder if your self-definition has become too rigid, too fixed around what you've come to learn, so that you contract your life with into zones of safe versus unsafe? Judgment, fear, self-righteousness, and overconfidence are some sort of the traits that keep you from evolving. We are all products of our own conditioning, so remember that this is part of a human experience. You are not meant to remain static, seeking only what you expect, even if it appears ambitious. Is still too narrow. You go nowhere when you hesitate to move out of your comfort zone. When you focus too much on yourself, this way you become a servant of the ego. Its edges God out. That's what ego stands for, right? Removing the magic possibility. Imagine looking into a mirror and seeing only what you are now. If you can let your self-definition soften, moving beyond the veil to your potential, a magical emptiness exists where all things are possible. Look again, who could you be? What would you see reflected if you allowed yourself to be others than how you define yourself now? Nothing less is required of you now. In this moment, let go of who you think you are and allow the new you to emerge. You will recognize yourself as what you are, a partner in co-creation, in service to the divine. Doesn't it feel good? Beautiful. Okay, so Vanishing Mirror, Garden of Venus. We did Deep Diver. Winter's Dream, the gestation period, will be the last card here for this little reading. Right at 1300. Sanctuary, conscious awareness. The winter's dream is a summons to go within. Your life force longs to turn inward like a sap of trees returning to the roots. Cast your gaze toward the deep and hidden places in your heart. Come to rest again in the sanctuary and safety of your soul and be at peace, basking in your crystalline clarity into the quiet place. This is not hibernation. Do not fall asleep. Take the quiet, wakeful nature with you into stillness and know that you are replenishing your life force. Trust that this deeply buried seeds inside your soul, the ones you planted even before you were born, are stirring softly, ready to awaken with the spring. But do not try to rouse them early. Instead, surrender to the quiet of the winter's dream. The winter's dream can lull you into a slumber where you can lose consciousness and become caught in the nightmare. Awaken, awaken. Find that easy return to wakefulness that brings you clarity. This is the time to set your priorities in order yet, and not act on any of them. Allow the clarity of transparency that comes with the winter's dream to permeate your heart and soul. The time of action will come later. Remember that all things are born of dreams, and your task is to wake up within the dream to lucidly guide it to your chosen destination. Wow, very beautiful. So, alright guys, that's the little reading that I had for you from the Shaman's Dreams. I'm going to be getting into doing some other readings, but I wanted to leave this one here. Alright, bye guys.